Hi, it's Kristen here with another process video, and today I'm going to be working on a layout based on this Allison Davis sketch. And so I am using the home sewn kit from Color Rush, and I'm also going to submit this for their International Scrapbooking Day challenge as well. So the challenge was to use shapes. And so obviously my shapes are going to be circles. I'm just cutting some circles out from some leftover paper that I have, some in bigger, some in smaller. And I don't follow Allison's sketch per se with the exact number of circles, and it looks like some of them like maybe have like some stars and things like that in it. But I kind of loosely, I guess, base this layout on that. I decided I'm going to cut a bigger circle on this purple paper. I just thought it was really pretty, and purple is my favorite color. So this will take up the majority of my page. And I'll start kind of mocking this up, so that way I can decide, do I need to cut more circles, and how many more circles? Do I want bigger ones, smaller ones? So far, I'm really liking how this is looking. But obviously, I felt like there needed to be more circles, because Allison's sketch definitely has a lot more circles than that. So again, just mocking some pieces up here. I love the colors of this paper set that came in the kit. It's just a lot of really light colors. It's like the purple and kind of the mint color. So initially I was going to put this on white paper, and then I just felt like it looked too plain. So I pulled out this pink paper that was included in the kit. I had already used it for another layout, and I really liked the back side of this. It had like embroidery hoops all over it, but I really liked it on the pink paper. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and use it. So again, I'm just going to mock things up, kind of move circles around. I'm trying to make sure that I don't have too many patterns next to each other, you know, kind of keep them separated a little bit. At this point, I did not know what picture I was going to use. So a lot of time when I mock these up, if I'm going off of a sketch, a lot of time I'll start doing the layout based off the sketch and then decide on the picture. Every once in a while, I will, pick out a picture and kind of base a whole layout around the picture. Typically, usually, a lot of time, I'll have like a general idea and remember a picture that I've taken that I wanted to scrapbook, and so I'll start to mock up, layout based on that. Sometimes I'll see paper and it'll kind of like spark a memory in my head of like a picture that I took or somewhere we were at, and then I'll start to kind of organically go from there. I really typically do not force my layouts very often, because then there's no enjoyment for me if I'm like really forcing it. So usually if I feel like I'm forcing it, I will step away from a project for a little bit. So I'm going to start securing all this down. And I secure it as like I'm holding it in place, because I really liked how it looked at this point, and I didn't want to, a lot of time I can't remember exactly how I had things laid out. So I was really trying to just kind of keep it as is, because I was happy with how it looked. And this circle here, I layer a couple pieces up together because Allison's sketch looked like she did have some of that going on as well. And it looked like maybe even some like circles that were like, you know, empty in the center. But I didn't want to do that with this because I like the patterns and all that. So I just figured I'd keep full circles. I decided there needed to be a little bit more of this purple tucked up in the top. I was trying to kind of keep it balanced around the page. And then I also felt like off to the right-hand side, I was initially contemplating putting purple there, another purple piece, but then that kind of looked unbalanced. So I thought that to do like the visual triangle, maybe pulling another house circle would work well there. So that's what I'm going to put there. And then the picture I decided was just a generic picture of my daughter one day when we were at my mother's house, enjoying a pretty afternoon there. And so I really love that picture of her. So I'm going to start working with the ephemera. I liked this hand holding the heart, but I kind of felt like it didn't make a lot of sense. So you will see, like, I actually end up kind of figuring out my title and all of that all based around this. So I like this embroidery hoop since it's a circle, and then that kind of contrasts, you know, pulls the picture, I feel like, a little bit out from the circles, just because it's such a darker circle there. And then I really like this vellum piece that you see that I'm working with right there that had like flowers around it, and then it said always and forever. But I kept putting it away. So you'll see, like, I put it up and then take it back, and then put it up and then take it back. I like these yellow florals because I feel like that pulls from some of the yellow that's in the paper. And then again, I pulled in that hand holding the heart, and then that vellum piece again. So, and then it was like all of a sudden I just kind of like had this idea. So her middle name is Rose. So I like this embroidery hoop because it kind of looks like it's got embroidered roses on it. And then I decided my title, it would make sense with the hand holding the heart to make this, and then the always and forever was you have my heart. So that ends up being my title. And I pull out these really pretty blue alphabet stickers, and it's got like kind of white writing in the middle to place on this circle here. And I got everything, like the flowers, the embroidery hoop, I got all that glued off camera just so that you wouldn't have to watch that part. And here's the completed layout. Really simple, pretty fast to put together. And I thank you for coming by to watch another process video. I hope you'll join me again.